It is the wee hours of Thursday morning and time for an old man yapping, and I'm very, very drunk, and I recorded an hour and a half of video. I thought I recorded an hour and a half of video, and instead, I started to drink a bottle of Riuniti Lambrusco. But it was the most disgusting thing I had ever put in my mouth. So I didn't. And I threw it away. And I went off and I drank my typical dark teeny, and I spoke extensively about all kinds of stuff, all kinds of personal shit that I'm now not going to talk about because I already talked about it. Being drunk leads you to talk about things that you've been holding back. It reduces your inhibitions. If you've got something you've been wanting to talk about and you haven't been talking about it, getting drunk will lead you to talk about the thing. And I talked about the thing. I'm not going to tell you what the thing is because I talked about it. I got drunk and I talked about it, and it felt like I was talking about it on video, and then I was going to show everybody, hey, I'm going to tell you the thing that I talked about. I'm not going to talk about it. You don't get to hear about it. Anyway, I've been playing Starfield for the last couple of weeks. And I was paying attention to the level progression. I was noticing that the first 10 levels took about 10 hours. And then the next 10 levels took another 10 hours. And then the next 10 levels took 20 hours. And then the next 10 levels took 40 hours. 45, actually. And I went, if every 10 levels takes twice as much time, man, that sucks. But what I found was, when I really looked into it, when I really paid attention, what I found was I was doing a lot of bullshit that didn't gain experience. If you jump into town with fast travel and go to the mission board and say, give me missions, and then you go off and do the missions, you make a buttload of experience, and you make about 10 levels in 10 hours. But if you roll into town and you go to the ship merchant and you upgrade your ships, and you look at your ships, and you look at this, and you look at that, and you go, how do I upgrade this, and how do I upgrade that? Let me register this ship, and let me sell that ship, and let me do this, and let me do that. And then you go around to a merchant, and you go, let me sell you all of this bullshit. And you go to another bullshit and say, let me sell you all of this bullshit. And they run out of money, and you go to another merchant and say, let me sell you all of this bullshit. And they run out of money, and you go to another merchant, and you say, let me sell you this shit. And they go, we only accept weapons. You can only sell us weapons and ammo. And you're like, well, fuck it, here, buy these fucking weapons, and then I'll go somewhere else and sell all the rest of my bullshit. It gets to a point fairly quickly where most of your time is consumed by pointless bullshit. Stop it. Just stop it. Instead of letting your time be consumed by bullshit, do the things that make you the experience, that make you the levels, that make you the money, without fucking around. It's not that difficult. Let's focus on this. I went into New Atlantis recently, and the first thing that I did was I clicked on my scanner and I scanned around looking for anybody that might have a bounty. Nobody had a bounty. I walked across town to Centurion Armory, and I went in and I sold them everything I could sell them, which was weapons and ammo. I only sold the weapon. I don't sell ammo. Ammo doesn't have weight. I just sold them the weapon. Then I left Centurion Armory and I went to the shops nearby and I sold what they would buy and I bought what they were selling that I needed, which was nothing because let's fucking face it, that's CJ's and 8. Nobody wants anything from those. And then I went back to Jameson Mercantile. Jameson Mercantile actually has some shit that I want to buy. I needed to buy some titanium and some tantalum and some adhesive and some sealant and some lubricant, because I was doing research, and the research requires a buttload of shit. So I had to buy all of that stuff, and then I sold them all of my other stuff. And when they ran out of credits, I left, and I went down to the well, and I went to the Trade Authority, and I went and I sold them all of the bullshit that I had that I was carrying. And then finally I went back to my ship, and I said, okay, it's time to go and do some work. And I went and I did a mission where you deliver settlers to Montera Luna. So I traveled to Montera Luna, and I traveled to Montera Luna, and I went, okay, you delivered the settlers. And I traveled to another planet where it said, defeat the outlaw captain at this location. I was like, okay. And I plowed through the installation like buckwheat through a goose, and killed the guy and got the money and got the fuck out of Dodge. And it said, oh, kill the Crimson White too over at this particular planet. And I was like, okay. And I went over there and I killed him and I collected the shit he was carrying in his ship. And it was done. And then I went back to New Atlantis and I went, okay, it's time to go back and sell this shit and go back and sell this shit and go back and sell this shit and go back and sell this shit. Most of my time was taken up by random garbage that was not making me any experience. That was the problem. So that's how you address it. When you go and you do your mission, don't take so much shit from the people that you kill. Don't run back and go to sell to merchants and all of that bullshit. Just kill the people, don't take much of anything, go back to the mission board, get more missions, go do the missions. Don't take people's shit. Get the experience, go back to the mission board. Simple, basic, easy. If what you want is levels, concentrate on the levels. Focus on the thing you want. Focus on the thing you want. And ignore the ancillary stuff. I have almost 1 million credits. I don't need more money. What I need is experience, and I need to pass the challenges for different skills. Don't need money. Got plenty of it. Kind of like when you sit down to make a video, you make the video. You don't concentrate on other ancillary extraneous shit. That's the reason I haven't been doing editing. I regard editing as ancillary and extraneous. Recording a video takes a certain amount of time. Editing the video takes substantially more time. Time that I don't want to spend. Time that doesn't really improve anything. Anyway. I did an hour of content that you'll never see because the video was paused because I'm a fucking idiot. Because shit like that happens. Regardless, I just want to remind you that Wangla is adorable. And I am shamelessly simping for her because of reasons. Yeah. Anyway, do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Okay, bye.